Good morning, guys. Today we are doing lesson 11.2 in our big ideas. This is measuring objects using metric length units. We're going to talk about the difference between the size of a meter and a centimeter. On your SPOwer review the past few weeks, it's talked about. It'll say your question from today said that one person said something was 1 foot and one person said something was 12 inches. There are smaller units of measurements and bigger units of measurement. Bigger things, we want to use the bigger units of measurement, but smaller things, we can use the smaller one. So we're going to talk about that some today and try to think about which one we would use. We are talking about metrics, so we're talking about centimeters and meters today. So let's do our exploring, Grove.
Which real-life objects are shorter than a centimeter ruler?
All right, so centimeter, remember we looked at the centimeter cubes yesterday. They're small. A centimeter is very small. So this is going to be a smaller unit of measurement. So we would use a centimeter ruler to measure anything that is small. So we would not use it to measure a building or a baseball field or a tree, but we could use it for a pencil top eraser, a video game remote, and a cell phone.
Select the real-life objects that are shorter than a centimeter ruler. Why would it be hard to measure the ball field using a centimeter ruler?
So we're not going to think about if you're using something that is about the length of a cell phone and you were measuring a real ball field, how long would that take to measure? So we would want to measure that with something that is a lot longer than a centimeter ruler. All right, now we are going to look at our Think and Grow.
About how many meters long is the door? Look at the door. The meter stick is lined up with the beginning of the door. The meter stick ends at the other end of the door. The meter stick is the same length as the door, so the door is about 1 meter long.
And if you look, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So like on our SPOwer review where we talked about 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, 1 meter is the same as 100 centimeters. So a meter stick would be about the width of this door. So that is why we would use something longer to measure something that is big. All right, let's look at a few examples before you guys start on your practice. Find and measure the objects shown in your classroom. So you are not going to actually have to measure this. This is, you think about the real length of a shelf. All right. It's asking in meters. So we said the door was about 1 meter. So it's asking in meters. And now if it were asking in centimeters, we could say 200. But since it's asking in meters, this would be about 2 meters. So make sure you pay attention to the units, whether it says meters or centimeters. Let's check our answer. Okay, an eraser. So think about the size of an eraser. All right, it's asking in centimeters. Well, if 1 meter is 100 centimeters, then that means this would be like half a meter. So half a meter would be about half of the width of a door. So an eraser would not be quite that long. So I would say this is 5 centimeters. measure the objects shown in your classroom. So a cork board that goes on the wall, we're measuring it in meters. This would be about 2 meters, like the shelf. All right, so you guys are going to work on your 11.2 practice. You do not have to measure anything for this one. You are simply deciding, comparing centimeters and meters and deciding about how long something would be. Remember, meters are the long ones, centimeters are the smaller ones. So pay attention to what the units say at the end after the blank so that you know which one you would be using, whether you would need the bigger number or the smaller number.